Hi everybody, this is Sophie Bell and I'm Steve, and we're here to tell you about how to make a spaceship model out of junk. And look at all this junk. Usually it's just good enough to recycle, but we're going to do something kind of special with it. And I want to tell you that this set of videos is in conjunction with MildaCon. That's the virtual Comic Con being put on by those talented folks over at RAF Mildenhall. That's in Suffolk in England. And if you're joining us from far, far away, great. The more the merrier. We're happy to have you with us. So let's get started. And I do need to mention that this video series is being sponsored by Beck Row Auto Dismantlers. They're located just outside the back gate. No federal endorsement intended. Okay. So why would we want to build a spaceship model out of junk? I mean, look at this one here. This is a model of the iconic Ion Fighter from Star Wars. It's beautiful, it's to scale, it's got all this detail, it's accurate. But you know something? We can do better. We can come up with something extra special, can't we, Sophie? That is a one of a kind that only we have made. It'll be the first time anybody in the universe has seen the model that we're getting put together. Now, let me tell you about what we're not going to do here. We are not going to make a toy for the kids or for the dogs because it would be destroyed immediately. This is a display model only, and it is not going to fly. It does not have an engine. It is not going to shoot things. There will not be any sparks involved. It's just a display model, but it's going to be gorgeous. Also, I should point out that it will not be cheaper to build a model out of junk. You can do a lot better money-wise by buying a model kit from the hobby store. But again, the cool factor on this model is going to be extremely high. And one other thing that I'm not going to be doing in this show is I'm not going to be giving you a step-by-step process on how to build this model, because the junk that you put together is going to be entirely different from the junk that I find. So, it's going to be an individualistic kind of thing. All right? So, here's what I can tell you about. I'm going to encourage you to use your imagination to build something really neat, really cool out of things that you find in your recycle bin. All right. Now, before we go any further at this point, I just want to point out that preparation is key, and you need to have some first aid things ready to go. You need to know where your first aid kit is, and you need to open it up, and you need to make sure that there's stuff in there that you can use to treat cut fingers, because that's probably the biggest danger that you're going to have when you're using razor knives to cut things, okay? The next thing you need to have ready to go is you need some eye protection. If you wear glasses, you already have some protection, but you're really going to need goggles to protect your eyes from little tiny things that are going to fly off the work table and into your eye. I can't see very well out of these, so I'm going to put those back up there and put my glasses back on. And if you intend to use a hot glue gun, which is a good thing to use when making a model of this kind, I recommend that you have a little tray of water on your work surface so that when you get that molten glue on your fingertips, you just put your finger in the water and it's going to dissipate that heat immediately. You'll be glad you did that, all right? So what are you going to do? You're going to find stuff around the house and in the recycle bin that looks interesting, like this. That could be a nose cone, it could be a rocket nozzle, it could be landing gear, it could be the wheels on a lunar rover or something. This could be a fuel tank. This is corrugated paper. That gives a lot of interesting texture. We've got aluminum tubes here. Those are handy. These are bamboo skewers. And over here, this I think is from a coffee concoction. Anyway, that's an interesting shape. This could be a nose cone or a rocket nozzle, and these disposable plastic plates could be flying saucer, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, keep your imagination going. This, I think, had thumbtacks or something in it, but that's a really interesting shape. That could be used for something. You get the idea. there's a lot of plastic things that we use every day that could be an interesting addition to your spacecraft. Now, you're going to have to go out and buy some things. You're going to have to buy glue. You're going to have to buy maybe a set of tweezers. This is aluminum tape, or as they say on this side of the pond, aluminium tape. Great shiny stuff. It's hard to paint a real metallic aluminum color, so this comes in really handy. It also comes in a very thin size like this. And I think Sophie's getting bored here. Come here, Sophie Bell. Good girl. And this, I have no idea what this is, but I found this in with the wrapping paper. That's a really interesting texture and color. And then there was something else. Oh, here's something that's really kind of fun. These are googly eyes. And they're used on puppets and paper dolls and things. As you can see, the eyes move inside, but it's a little hard to see in the package, but these eyes have a slight clear dome to them. And what you do is you cut in the back and you take the little black eye out, and you've got this amazing domed shape. And they come in all shapes and sizes. We've got big ones and little ones. I don't seem to see them right. Oh, here they are. So they come in all different sizes. So these could be used as rivets. They could be used as portholes. They don't cost very much. These were £1, and you get a lot of them. So that can help enhance your spaceship. Isn't that right, Sophie? Yeah. We also have chart tape. You can get this stuff online or at hobby shops. These are good ways to put a very fine line on your spaceship without having to paint it, which gets very, very messy. Wire is a good thing to have. This is the kind of wire you might use in the garden to hold plants up. This is kind of a craft wire that comes in handy. So you get the idea. There's all kinds of things around the house where you might have to go out and buy things. This was a little sauce bottle. This is a little plastic tube. I have no idea where that came from, but it looks interesting. Red tape. Oh, double stick tape is always good. Here's some more chart tape in different colors. And this, I've got high hopes for this. This was the top. Yes, darling. This was the top of a spray bottle. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with it yet. That's part of the exciting thing about making your own spaceship model, because you can make any decision you want. And I'm thinking that might be some kind of propulsion unit, or I don't know, maybe a defensive laser gun or something like that. So as you can see, the sky's the limit. And I just want you to keep using your imagination, gather the stuff, start putting it together. You can paint it or you can leave it unpainted to kind of show what shapes and sizes and things that you've put together, or you can paint it and decorate it with these tapes that I've told you about. Just have fun with it. Now, do keep in mind that no matter what kind of glue you might use, at some point that glue is going to let go and your model's going to fall apart. You can't help that. So when you have your model all built, you need to take loads and loads of pictures of it. And then when the model falls apart, you know what you do with it? You recycle it. So it goes full circle, doesn't it, Sophie? That's all I have in this first segment. But remember these things. You got to prepare. That means getting your safety stuff ready. You have to get your stuff together so you can consider the possibilities, like, wow, would this fit like that? Or maybe this would fit on here. Then you need to get your tools ready, and tweezers, an X-Acto knife. Oh, and one other thing that I really highly recommend is a jeweler's saw, a little tiny saw, also available from X-Acto and other companies online. You don't really want to use a bread knife or a steak knife to cut the plastic apart. You'll wish you had never started. But these little tiny jeweler's saws are perfect for that. Take it easy. Don't cut yourself. Be methodical. And when you get a little tired of working on your spaceship, put it away. Come back to it later. You'll probably have all kinds of great inspirational ideas on how to pick it up from there. So I think that's all for tonight. Let's say goodbye, Sophie. Bye-bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. And this has been Sophie and Steve talking about building a spaceship model for MildaCon 2020, the virtual Comic Con being put on by RAF Mildenhall and sponsored by Beck Row Auto Dismantlers. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.